Hi, beautiful Aries. Welcome to New Era. My name is Emma. Aries, this is a reading for you for the end of the year. Like as we're wrapping this year up and as we come into 2025, what's going on for you? So we're going to start with an overall energy here, a general energy, and then go deeper and deeper into the message. And at the very end, we're going to have your angels come out and see if they have some extra messages for you. I saw this on the bottom, dreams. Dreams. So it might be that you are increasing your dreams, remembering your dreams more vividly, getting messages from your dreams. It can also be that you're stronger within your dreams, like whatever you're thinking about, like you want more of the dreams that you have. Okay, what do we have for Aries, please? I'm feeling a lot of animals around you, a lot of animal energy. It can be, Jesus Christ. I'm not going to do all of those cards, or that's going to be your entire reading. Which do we want? We want this. I've never done that many cards from this deck. In all the time that I've done YouTube, I've never done this many cards. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But if these are the only cards we're going to use, so we're going to do this and we're going to do the angels, unless I need some clarification. Okay, so we have choices. I just want to show you first which ones came out. This is about choices. A battle of the blues. Take steps toward positive change. We have money. Find a way to abundance. We have the owl, which is upside down. And for whatever reason, I never do the reverse cards. But for whatever reason, I want to do them upside down today. I want that meaning. So I'm going to keep it like that. So the owl comes upside down. I just want to do it the right side up so that you see what it is. The owl card, which for me is about a lot of wisdom. Animal bond. So here it is. I just saw a lot of animals around you. And I think this is probably 3 out of 4 that this has come out. So there's something with the elevation of the animals, like the animal kingdom itself, are just sort of taking it to the next step. I don't know if you've seen these YouTube videos or Instagram perhaps, where they actually show these dogs that can talk via pushing it, and it's real. Like you see when something is tempered with and whatnot. And those dogs are they're pushing buttons, they're saying certain things that they want. So they understand that this button means this and this button means that. And you even have seen videos where when they ask like what their name is or whatever, they can sound that sound of the name. Like they're just becoming, maybe it's just us also figuring out that, hey, maybe this cleverness was always there. We thought we were the big ones that could use language, but they can actually do it too. But it's also the raising of the vibration altogether, that like you're more coming into an alignment with more of the animals, meaning you could have more animals, like domestic animals around you. It can be that you're encountering animals as you're out and about. It can be that your spirit animal really wants to come through or really are communicating with you at this time. Or just in general, just feeling like you're up there with the really high frequency of the animals. Okay, we're going to go deeper into that in a second. We have the intuition card that is upside down. Intuition card. And self-reliance, which is also upside down. So if we start with choices, and then we have, so battle of the blues. Let me see if I sort of see a journey here, if I see a thread. Just bear with me. I feel like this is like what's on display, if that makes sense. Like this is what's going on in your life. This is what you're thinking about. This is what you're doing. This is what you're spending time with. And let's see if we can also have like where you're headed, because I think that's the most important thing. Like, you know where you are, right? I don't have to tell you about that, but let's see where you're going. So the choices, I just feel like Some of you guys are like looking at staying. I mean, obviously that's not going to be for everyone, Aries, because some of you guys are in a committed relationship. But some of you guys are really exploring the thoughts or ideas about whether to stay single or whether to get a relationship. And you might not even feel like it's on purpose, or like, well, if you could choose, you would be in a relationship now. But for some of you guys, it really is that sort of, do I really want to be in a relationship or do I not want to be in a relationship? And those thoughts really are there. This is about choices. So I think also this is like choosing where you're going right now. I see all those birds again. We have a lot of birds showing like we're moving, we're on the move. And I've gotten that a lot. So I think this is a collective message that there is a big wave coming and we're all on the move forward. And it's like tuning into that and be in alignment with that and sort of move with the tide, move with the wave is really important. And making those choices right now, it's sort of like, and it doesn't matter if this is like a career choice, a relationship choice. I feel like it's bigger. I feel like you're sort of making choices about where to go in life right now. Like, where do I want to move in life? And I don't mean it can be a move as well, because there's a big wave of movement and the birds moving. But I feel like it's more like I'm thinking, I'm having these thoughts about what do I really want out of life? Sort of very existential. And then we have Battle of the Blues, sorry. Take steps toward positive change. So this for sure is a situation where you're coming out of something or are trying to come out of something. I mean, this person looks quite like she is just done. There's a if you don't see it, there's a face that's in a creek. So this is a creek right here. So she's laying in water and she's looking up and she's put down her sword into the water. She's like, it's like, I rest my case. I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but I have a little doggy here. And she just started to itch or scratch. And it scared me a little bit because it sounded really loudly on the floor. Vad gör du, Tessa? Oh, she went back. Oh, she's drinking water. Okay. It's not my dog, so I'm not used to having all those sounds, and like it's still quite new. Okay. What was I saying? Right. You put down the sword, which means like you put down some type of communication. The sword for me represents communication. And it's like I rest my case. I'm not gonna push for this. I'm not gonna talk about this. I'm not gonna communicate this. It's like I give up or I surrender this a little bit. But it's also like about yourself. It's like probably feeling quite, or have felt quite drained and quite like it's not fun. Under the weather. It can even be like having a cold and having I'm just laying here and I don't want to do anything. I mean, the weather here, especially here in Sweden, the weather has been this way a little bit lately, and the energies are quite strong and quite heavy. So I can understand that emotion. I just feel like this is not recent. This is not just now. This is a thing that has been going on, and this is what we're now getting out of. Like you're elevating yourself out of this situation. You're taking steps toward positive change. And I also want to say, I see the sun. I saw the sign. I see it's not even the sun, it's the moon in the first, and for whatever reason, I placed 3 cards on the top and 4 cards on the bottom. And on the top here, we have this blood moon going on. Okay, I had to pause the video there for a bit because she was playing with the wrong stuffed animals. So my little one will not be happy. Okay, so I was looking at the moon here, and the moon, so we have the blood moon, as I said, we have the blood moon, and then we have another moon up there, and then we're coming to the money card, which is also like a big moon in the background. So the moon cycle, and coming into the end of this year, I mean, we just had the full moon. So just look from full moon to full moon. I think that was the 15th of December or something like that. We had a full moon. And so obviously in the middle of of January. So from mid December to mid January I just feel like that's almost like a big open portal. Like everything is just really, really open. And follow the moon cycles. It seems like it really serves you right now. So just look into that and look at where the moon is and like how you feel about it and where you are in accordance to the moon, like your own cycle, if that makes sense. Money, find a way to abundance. So this sort of surrendering, but also like time to get up or time to, sorry if I say those words, time to stop feeling sorry for yourself, like to just really claim the path moving forward. Take a little bit more charge and don't look so much to the outside about what to do and what not to do. Is this meant to be? Is this not meant to be? Well, you decide that. Like you say, this is what's going to happen. I'm going for it. And no matter what, that's what's going to happen. Because it just feels like you need some sort of action or you need some sort of decision. We had choices. So it's like to just sort of decide for yourself that this is what's going to happen now. Obviously, you need to feel what you want should happen when you're this down and out. You might not even have like a wish or like a path to move towards. So just get clear on that first. Follow the moon cycles. Yeah. And then we have money. So there's something with them. There's something in these cards to just feel a lot of the same, but vast, like the same when it's expressed, when it's expressed in like how they're painted, but there's like a big difference in energy. So I just feel like this choices is more probably right now, where it's like just a mishmash in your head, like a lot of thinking, a lot of mental clutter actually, and feeling quite fatigued at times, having trouble to just really want to do anything. It doesn't mean that you don't do stuff, because you probably do stuff anyway, because you're Aries, but yeah, there is something to come out of there. And as we move into this energy, it feels different. It feels like here you more made a choice and you more go towards it. And it's about changing perspective or changing direction or however that comes across. This is the money card, and I feel it is about the money. It's all about the money. There's actually a little mini moon in there as well. So doing like a little research on the moon cycles, I think that will help. This money card, so this might come up as an opportunity that something has been presented to you, or something is being like in the ethers, like something has been swirling around for a while for you to sort of take a deeper look at. I think this is additional money. This is not coming from like a 9-to-5 job. This is like an extra, this is like an income from a hobby. This is an income from some like unexpected income, or something that you start that like that's on the side. It's not your primary thing. And coming into this money vibration, I feel like that's really going to serve you, because it feels like that has to do with a lot with your worth. All of us live the life that we tolerate. And where's your tolerance level? What type of life are you living that you're tolerating right now? As you look into your world, if you're looking at what you're seeing there and you're really happy about it, that's a really, like, it's a good tolerance level for you. Like, this is what I tolerate right now. I have all of this. But if there's like a level that you feel like, I don't like this or I don't like that, it just means that because it's there, you tolerate it. So when you sort of put your foot down and say, I don't want to tolerate this anymore, like this is not fun anymore, or I don't want to do this anymore, then we need sort of a different path or a different direction. And it's like a clarity, and it's a sort of practicing your worth, that I tolerate, I want more. and just sort of put your foot down and say, this is what I want instead. So if you don't feel like you have any prospects or any ideas about what's going to bring more money into your life, then start to look for it, sort of claim it and say, like, I want to find more venues for where I let in money. And it shouldn't be like a whole other job. If you already have like a 9 to 5, I don't speak about you're like, oh my God, I can't work more, you know? I'm speaking about something that is quite simple and yet it sort of yields you some money. It's not, you might need the money, you might want this money, nothing wrong with that. I just feel like coming into the money vibration is a way for you to raise your worth. You get to look at your worthiness and sort of deal with that. And that's going to be sort of in accordance with money. I hope that makes sense. And then the owl card upside down. So yeah, this is about following your intuition, and it's about seeing things from different perspectives. Like if I look at it from this direction or this perspective, this is how it looks. If I look from that direction, this is how it looks. It feels as you're having this. So we're looking through the lens of the owl mask, which is really wise. This is about following your intuition. Sorry. And since this is upside down, and I want to keep it upside down this time, this is about maybe your intuition is a little bit screwy. Your intuition is never screwy, but maybe your like lens or your filter is a little bit screwy, that you don't fully, it can be either that you don't trust your own instincts, or you don't trust the intuition that you actually have. You think that maybe you're making it up, or like, I'm only feeling that because that's what I want to feel. Well, usually it is very much in alignment with where you're going. So that would be a good thing. It can also be that you have a little bit of a clogged idea when it comes to the different perspectives, meaning it can be a little bit one directed, like we don't see the full picture here, or it's a little bit tricky to see. Like I'm going to use like a person who has autism, and I for sure can get this way sometimes as well. If I'm sort of really set in my ways and like going one direction and going down one path, and then someone is telling me like, we're going to go over here instead, or look at it from this angle, that sometimes it can be really tricky to looking at something in a different light, because it's like we're so set in our ways. And Aries, you're a fixed sign, so it's a little bit extra tricky for you to have all of these different perspectives. And for whatever reason, it feels a little bit blocked there. It feels like you are a little bit one-way street and there's no other way to look at this. And it really would serve you to just really broaden your perspective and broaden your horizon and understand that there's more to this. And you can even just ask for that. I want to see, maybe don't ask for all possible perspectives, because that's going to confuse the heck out of you. But maybe just ask, like, I want to see a different angle of this. If I have a way to see a different angle, please show me that. And then see what comes up the next days or weeks or months even. So that we are broaden the perspective. Seems important. And then we have the animal bond that I already spoke about, that you are being integrated. It's almost like you're invited and integrated into the animal kingdom. If you thought about an animal, if you've been wishing about like having an animal next to you, if you know the benefits of having an animal, I really would go for it, because this, however your situation is, whether you're in a family home with, 1 or 4 kids, or whether you're completely single and there's no one else, it doesn't really matter. This is sort of, if you feel like it's really, really beneficial, it's going to be beneficial for all. Because there's something that the animal kingdom is bringing right now. And I know the cats are holding such frequency. They're both sort of they're holders of the 6th dimension, and they're sort of showing where the sacred geometry is. And they're really good at sort of showing like, this is what we can invite in, and this is what we are keeping out. Like the cats are just phenomenal that way. The dogs are more like companion. They're more the lovey bundle. Not that they're, nothing wrong with that. That's gorgeous. I want a dog. But cats are just a different level. They're really something else. So if you have been thinking about it, even if it's like I've been dog sitting now for about 2 weeks, and yeah, it changes your entire life. It changes everything. You have to at all times. It's like, right, the dog. We have the dog. Where do we leave the dog if we go there? I have to now go out again because they need to get out and pee. And here in Sweden, you sort of, yeah, you have to do those things. So it's something to think about. But if you have been thinking about it, if it's in your sphere and you're thinking about it, it really, really would serve you. Maybe even a pet parrot, like a bird or a rabbit or a rabbit, a bunny. A bunny and a rabbit becomes a rabbit. Yeah, and there's the movement. We're also moving to maybe a different climate, like spiritually. It can be different climate practically, like moving place on the planet. I just feel it's really important that you sort of do what's in your heart right now. Don't put it off anymore. If there's something you've been thinking about doing, go ahead and do it. And don't wait for some sort of higher inspiration or like, this is going to hit me in my head and then I know I'll go. The only thing you need to do is just decide that you want to go and then go do that. And then we have intuition. So we have the owl upside down, and on the owl, it also says, like on the bottom, if we can follow your intuition. And then we have the intuition card that comes out, and it's actually, that's also actually upside down. So you probably are getting a lot of situations right now, or are creating a lot of situations for yourself. And Pisces had this as well. So if you feel close to Pisces, if you have Pisces in your chart, maybe go look that, check that video out. So you might create situations right now where you get to use your intuition, where you get to practice your intuition becoming stronger, because it feels like you need it and it feels like you want it. And it serves so much. It serves so many things, as we can trust that the intuition that we're feeling is the right thing. It's something that's going to serve us if we follow that. And also we have self-reliance, which is similar to this. We have like about the self-worth and feeling the self-worth and understanding that the money is connected to the self-worth. And we have the intuition, follow your intuition, and then self-reliance. All of those are like, I would put those in the same pot. They're in the same category, and they're they're all off. And so self-reliance, don't be afraid to fly solo. This also speaks about independence and to not be afraid to go it alone. Whatever that means for you, that can be being alone with yourself in a relationship. You're in a relationship with yourself. Or going it alone, meaning maybe breaking out of a company and going solo, starting your own business. Like, don't be afraid to go your own, like to just really follow your own path. But this is self-reliance, and it's upside down. And so I just feel like right now you're having almost like a mini crisis, or you're just coming out of a heavier period. And this is the threshold. Like, this is the tröskel that you're supposed to get over. To just the bridge to cross over to another side, to another place within your heart, within yourself. And self-reliance, self-worth, the intuition, anything that has to do with you, like listening to yourself, trusting yourself, is up for question, is being highlighted, is being focused on, and you will create scenarios where you get to practice this. How much do you trust yourself? How much do you follow yourself? How much, like, do you start halfway, and halfway through is like, no, maybe I shouldn't. Like one hiccup and it's like, nah, that's probably not for me then, you know? Yes, it is. You need to just trust that if you set out that this is your path, but there's sort of an innate feeling saying, I probably can't trust myself, then any type of hiccup, like any type of bump or block in your path is going to make you feel, is going to question the path. I hope that makes sense. Like, so I thought I was supposed to go there. And then one person says, I don't think you should go there. Oh, maybe I shouldn't then. Or maybe someone you really, really trust is telling you, like, don't go there. Or something shows up that tells you don't go there. And the moment it shows up like that, you question your own decision and your own intuition, and you sort of take the outside direction as, no, I probably shouldn't do that then. And this is just not true. And so it's about practicing how much you can rely on yourself. So anything you can do in your day, when you say you're going to do something, hold yourself to it. And I don't care if that turns into a little bit of discipline. Like, and I don't mean decide to do something you hate to do. I mean, if you said you're going to do something, you know it's good for you, or you feel content when you do it, or like whatever that is. That if you say you're going to do something, hold yourself accountable. That's going to grow the trust in yourself and the trust in the intuition. That's going to help all around. This is what you're practicing right now. It's like you're testing your own limits and you're testing your boundaries. You're trying out your intuition. You're trying out how much can I rely on myself? You're broadening your perspective and your horizons. This can be really confusing and sometimes actually really scary, because you're moving from an old place into a new place, and it can also be quite confusing. So just sort of relax, sit down, and just take a breather, and just, okay, I understand that I'm moving from one place to another and doing the very best that I can. Don't judge your journey, okay? And then we have some final messages from, I was going to say your sponsors, and maybe maybe that's what they are. Your angels are your sponsors. Some words from your sponsors. Wait with the communication. So that's bringing me back to the first card. Just one more, I feel. Huden. There you go. Romance. Okay. First card out is wait. And do you see the sword there again? So we have the sword. That wasn't the first card. That was the second card. The sword that you have sort of laid to rest. Like, we're not pushing for this. We're not communicating this anymore. You're not speaking this anymore. Like, whatever that is for you. If you have then tried to push for something anyway, I don't know, whatever this is, I'm not getting anything specific here, so it's going to be different for all of you. But you probably know what this is for you, that if there's something you want to share with something you want to say to someone, if this is sort of like an interaction with someone that you really want to face someone about something, I'm just trying to come up with ideas about like what this could be about. I'm not receiving this, so just sort of feel into what this is for you. But it's like, lay down your sword, like lay to rest. And here it's even saying like, wait, don't push for anything. So if you feel like this is your intuition, practice your intuition. If you feel some time or somewhere you want to speak something, but there's like this, like I probably shouldn't, and then you speak it anyway, that's you not trusting your intuition. That's you going over your intuition and breaking it. And it's saying, wait, don't push for anything. That can even be like for yourself, like the way that you're sort of approaching this life right now. And yeah. I hope that makes sense. And then we have romance. So yeah, for some of you guys, this is also coming up, like deciding whether you want to be in a relationship or not. So obviously this is, it's actually both for singles and committed. I just feel like this is a strengthening of your own inner bond. So if you're strengthening the bond within, like meaning the relationship between you and your inner being, what are you doing on a day-to-day basis to connect with your inner being? Just be honest with yourself and think about it. Are you still enough on occasion so that you really, because that can be one of the things why you don't hear the guidance or hear the intuition either, because you're not still enough or not quiet enough, long enough so that the messages can actually come through. Or so that you actually feel into the situation, what's going on. It's just a go, go, go mentality. Even if you sit still, it can be like a lot of chatter in your mind. And so connecting with your inner being every day, whether it's through stillness or meditation or yoga or like however that, that's highly inspired to just connect with your inner being on a daily basis. That if you're single and you're looking for love, because if you're single not looking for love, you don't have to be. Not everyone is. It's so helpful if you can connect with your inner being. And I think this is the journey that's going on here right now. You're connecting with your inner being. And as you do, you attract the person on the outside that you are more aligned with. This is also like connecting with your inner being so that if you're already in a committed relationship, it really strengthens the bond between you and your person. It's almost like you're falling in love with them all over again. That is what I have for you. Wow, what a different read here. That's what I have for you, beautiful people. I hope it helps. I hope some of it resonated with you. Happy holidays, happy new year. And I'll see you next time. Take care.